Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. My name is Mina, and I'm the event coordinator here at the Brattleboro Museum and Arts Center. We are very excited to present tonight a cooking demonstration for Lunar New Year in collaboration with the Asian Cultural Center of Vermont. Our host tonight is going to be Changting. She is a board member at the Asian Cultural Center of Vermont. Her husband will be joining her. Changting, if you'd like to join us on camera, we can get this demonstration started tonight.
Hey, my name is Changting. This is my husband, Scott.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. Can you tell us what we're going to cook tonight?
Yes, so we're going to cook bacon and the cabbage tonight. So in China, if you ask Chinese people about bacon and cabbage, they may not heard about it before. Since in China, there's a dish called dry pod cabbage. It's really popular, it's delicious, but it's very hard to get bacon side here, but not bacon side, just bacon.
Pork belly.
Pork belly. Yeah, not bacon, sorry. Yeah, pork belly.
That's what bacon's made of.
Yes,
yeah.
So I use the bacon instead of pork belly and made this dish, and it turned out pretty good. And we're having
kind of a family fusion recipe of an existing Chinese one, just sort of using bacon rather than what they would normally use. Yeah, so it's Chinese-ish.
Fantastic. I can't wait to see it get started. And for all of our viewers tonight, if you have any questions on the Zoom, you can ask them in the Q&A and we'll get to them as soon as we can. And on the Facebook Live, feel free to comment anything and we'll pass it on to the chefs.
Okay, sounds good. Let's just get started. So I have a bag of bacon here, and then here's a cabbage, and then here's the cooking wine, and soy sauce, the sugar, and the dry chili, and garlic, ginger and garlic, and what's this called?
I think it's pronounced anise. So this,
okay.
Let me know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's what they use to flavor black licorice.
Anise seeds. That's what they call it. Let me just show you what it look like. It looks like this. Mine is like, oopsie, it's half. Half is looking, yeah. I think it's called something star. But
star anise is another name for it.
Yeah, that's what we need too. And then now the first step, I'm going to cut the bacon. So that take a while to cook. So if you want to cut it to around 1 or 1.5 inches.
Should I bring the camera up?
No, just
keep it fixed.
You can talk. You can describe it. Yeah, I don't want to mess up the camera
better. I think you're doing fine describing. Yeah, they're 1 or 2 inch bite-sized pieces.
Just like this.
Yep.
Wide. And then I'm going to turn on my heat here to middle heat, and then I'm going to put the bacon in the pot, the fry pan.
Should I get going on the cabbage while you do this?
Well, I think we're going to take it slow since they may
folks following along.
Yeah, they may follow me.
The cabbage was listed first for that recipe.
Yeah,
that's it. Any questions so far?
Nothing coming in yet. Did you pre-slice the bacon at all? Is it diced? Is it like half of the package we normally see? How big are the pieces we're doing?
That's a good question. So this was a 1 pound pack. Are you going to use the whole thing, Charles?
I think I'm going to just probably use it half.
So half, the recipe that she sent out calls for half. So about 1/2 pound. For this one, just for convenience, this time around cooking it, we bought it pre-sliced, and then we just cut it the other way. That's wow, good bright light on that. There we go. So yeah, we cut it that way, and then it's like small bite-sized pieces. But you can buy like if you live in Brattleboro, you probably seen at the local co-op they sell the slab bacon. You can get that and just kind of cut it the same way. We haven't really done it so much with like dicing it, kind of pan asada style, but I guess that probably would be fine. These having the bacon this size, it's nice because like if you cut the cabbage around the same size, like it's just easy to grab like a good handful of both and get like a nice mix of the two flavors in the mouth. Yeah, I'd recommend sticking to that side. But as far as types of bacon, really any of them goes. Like this one, I think is I think this one's uncured, but we've done it with like ones that are smoked or applewood or maple or it's a pretty simple dish. So the bacon really carries a lot of the flavor, and it's pretty hard to not have it taste good if you like what's going into it.
It looks like we have a couple of people just joining us now. Would you mind running them again through what recipe you're cooking tonight?
Sure. We're cooking bacon and cabbage. It's a slightly Americanized version of a dry braised cabbage with pork belly dish from China. We used to like the one with pork belly back when we lived in China, and then when we moved here, we started doing it with bacon because it was easier to find than pork belly. And the fat just cooks out really nicely when you cook the bacon first, and so you get really flavorful cabbage out of it when you combine the two and use the fat. So yeah, we found it works well, and easy to find bacon around here, of course.
Yeah, so when so right now just let the bacon cook. I put it on the medium heat, and then we are going to prepare the ingredients we're going to put next in it. So we will put this.
Anise?
Anise. So we're going to put anise seeds and also ginger, like two or three slices of ginger. If you like ginger, it's not required. I like ginger, so I always put ginger in mine, and then we put some sliced garlic in it too. So we will get some sliced garlic here.
Can you guys hear Changting okay? You being loud enough? Okay, just making sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna show them what I'm gonna put inside there. And also I like put one here. So this is what I'm gonna put inside. So like two or three slices ginger and some sliced garlic, and this anise seeds, and then also one dry chili, garlic, ginger, anise seeds, and dry chili, 1 piece dry chili. So we will let the bacon is cooking now. So it takes a while to cook the bacon actually. So once it's like the oil comes out, once you see the oil and then smell the bacon, and it looks like it's shrinking, and then we will start putting the dry ingredients in. But during the time we can start measuring the cooking wine and the soy sauce. And so cooking wine is how much is cooking wine?
For guests looking to follow along with the recipe, we do have it posted on the Brattleboro Museum and Arts Center website. If you go to our upcoming events, you should be able to see the cooking demonstration for tonight that includes the ingredients and recipe.
Yeah, so this cooking wine is 1 tablespoon, right? 1 tablespoon, 1 cooking wine, and then we get 1 tablespoon soy sauce. And then 1 tablespoon sugar.
We have a guest wondering how you prepare the star anise.
Oh, you don't have to. I just bought it from the store.
You just add it
Yeah,
dried.
just add in later.
Yeah. So you cook it in there,
Not
and then you
crushed
just
or ground or anything.
No, yeah, it's better to have it whole, and then you just kind of eat around it or take it out when you.
You can take it.
serve
Yeah,
it,
you will take it all. You don't eat it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't grind it up.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
We use anise seeds a lot in Chinese dish actually with meat.
And because
Yeah,
you
so
put the
whatever
whole
you
anise
can-
in, do you
What?
take it out when it's done cooking?
Yeah, you take it off. So when I do put aged soy sauce, this is look like I have a big one like this. I'm not gonna add it here. It's optional. A lot of like aged soy sauce in Chinese dish, they want the brown looking the meat. So that's why they have aged soy sauce. That's how like what's it for? But
So we did add the seasoning soy sauce, but not
Yeah.
there's like two kinds that are sometimes added to some
yeah,
dishes.
you can add that. Just have it really brown look, like nice brown looking. Especially when you cook like the pork belly. This original dish, the pork belly, has like the pink color, and people like have it look a little bit darker the color. So now the bacon is I see the oil coming out, and then now I'm gonna start just adding all the garlic.
Should we show them how it looks before we add it?
Okay, sure. Yeah, thank
Once
you.
you
Yeah, a
get to
couple
that
people
here, so-
want to see in the pan.
Yeah, not totally browned up, but just about getting there. So this is when the spice goes in.
Yeah, and then the dry chili you can put it in a little bit later, since this one get cooked very fast. You can wait a little bit longer, but garlic, you like that smell. Since that smell takes a little bit time to get that smell out. You can cook that a little bit longer.
We have someone asking if you could use chicken or beef instead of bacon in the recipe. Do you think that would work?
Yes, yeah, that works. Yeah.
And I think we had also talked about you could do it with tofu as well to make it
Yes.
vegetarian, right?
Yeah, tofu, you want to do the firm tofu, but if you can fry the tofu a little bit, since it's like fry the tofu, pan fry the tofu a little bit, and then do the tofu just like bacon, and then cook it this way.
Yeah.
And if you use chicken or beef, I suggest you do add that aged soy sauce to give that like more flavor and nice look.
And you'd probably
Nice look to it.
fry their chicken or beef. You probably also want to use a bit of oil when you're frying them. Like with the bacon, it's got enough fat content that becomes the oil that you use in the dish. But for either of those, to get the meat initially cooked up, you'd want to probably add a bit of oil first.
And also, this dish is really good with rice. I think bread is fine too.
Yeah.
Just the rice is really good with it. So if you want to prepare some rice.
Yep, it's good with rice
it.
or my little secret is it's also really good if you have some left over and you microwave or air fry it up with some cheese and put it on bread, like on some toast. It's a really good sandwich. But yeah, with rice, if you're looking for the more traditional Chinese dining experience, yeah, that's the way to go. Yeah.
Now I can smell the garlic smell. It smells really good. The garlic and also the anise. Yeah, I can smell the very strong the garlic smell. And this is what it look like right now. I don't know if you can see it very clear from my.
We can see.
Yeah. And then I'm going to add dry chili. I really recommend dry chili. It's not spicy at all. To me, at least I can really eat really spicy. But even you don't eat very spicy food, you can still add one, since the dry chili just bring that how to say it in Chinese is like xian, like bring that.
Makes it fresh.
Yeah, that flavor out, just bring that flavor out. So we like to just put at least a little bit, even it's not, if you don't like it too spicy, you can just at least add a little bit, maybe half or. And it's we have a lot of Chinese dish have just dry chili there. For even we serve it, the dry chili is pretty, the color is pretty, so we keep it there. You don't eat it, but you keep it there. So now I put the dry chili here, really just stir fry for a few more seconds, and then I'm going to add all the cooking wine, soy sauce, and sugar here.
No, not that, but anything else on
Yeah, we're gonna bring it over. I'm gonna turn this low a little bit since I'm gonna start to cut this cabbage.
See how it's sizzling? Oh, yeah.
This is pretty much done. So now all we need to do is just add the cabbage in. Let's know like exactly how much cabbage you need to add. If you want to eat more healthy, want more cabbage, you can add more cabbage. If you want to, eat more pork, and then you can just add a little bit. So I add half of this cabbage here. Okay. So I'm
Once
gonna just
again, oh,
so I'm gonna
You
just
go.
put the cabbage in now.
Sorry, do you have a question?
no, I was just gonna let people know we got a couple more questions looking for the recipe. So if anybody's joining us now, it's available on the Brattleboro Museum and Art Center website. If you go to our upcoming events, you can see tonight's event, and in there you'll see a red link that says full ingredients list that includes the recipe.
So I turned the heat low a minute ago, right when I was cutting the cabbage. And then now all we want to do is just mix the bacon and the cabbage and just stir fry it, mix in.
Make sure we cover it.
Yes.
It can help to cover it so that it just kind of gets evenly cooked through as well, but you want to make sure to mix it a bit to distribute the fat all over the cabbage leaves.
Yeah. So originally this dish called dry pot cabbage. So what they do is similar process, similar ingredients. Besides the pork, we use pork belly instead of bacon. What they do is they serve it, they cook it like just like this. Right now, they already serve to the guests just like this. So it's not fully cooked. But since the meat is cooked, so they will serve this to the table, and then they have a heat under it. They keep cooking the fat, the belly fat keeps coming out. So it's just the entire time it keeps cooking, and then let on the bacon and the cabbage get really get the flavor of the pork belly. Is really, really good.
It's kind of like similar to like how you might get like bibimbap or do like Korean barbecue at like a Korean place where they bring it on the hot stone plate, or maybe like a fajita plate at Chili's, something like that.
They have real fire under it.
Yeah, but this is a little bit different because like they'll have usually some sort of a flame source under like the pot sitting on the table in front of you. Like most typically it'll be like a little like sterno can type of thing with like a mini kind of metal wok right there on the table. And apart from bacon and cabbage, there's some other really nice dishes that are served that way that kind of cook as you eat them and get like softer. Like one that I really like that we haven't had in ages is chicken and chunks of pear. And it's like kind of sweet, and it's a really nice one when it's cold outside.
Yeah.
Most of these are actually good winter food in general.
Yeah. So now the oil is all covered. My cabbage is it? Do you want to bring it over?
Yeah,
sure.
As you can see, the bacon is fully cooked. The cabbage is beginning to cook, but not totally soft yet. It's good.
Yeah. So we're gonna just cover. I turned it back to medium heat again, and make sure there's no the bottom is not gonna stick to the bottom. So now I'm just gonna let it cook for a few more minutes. So in a lot of Chinese dish, you use two types of soy sauce, and that regular soy sauce and the aged soy sauce, and the cooking and
cooking
cooking wine, sorry, cooking wine and sugar. So this 4 things really they used to like on a lot of like 20 different dishes. It's all cooked, no matter which kind of meat they start with that way. It's all these 4 things added in, and then later on you add, you know, or sometimes they fry garlic at the beginning. But this is the 4 main thing to a lot of Chinese like meat dish.
So if you want to get into Chinese cooking, you should go to an Asian market and get this size of bottle or bigger when you're looking for the
That's a small one. You get a small one.
Get the gallon jug if you can. And
No, you don't need that much.
let's just be in everything. I mean, you'll be using a lot of it if you like making
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, usually is half the aged soy sauce. I usually put half. If you put 2 spoons of soy sauce, you put like 1 spoon of aged soy sauce. So it's always a kind of like a half amount. Yeah, of the regular one. Yeah.
We have someone
Yeah.
asking if the liquids were already added and if when you added the liquids, the sugar was included in that. I just want to confirm that.
Yes to
Yes.
both. Yep.
Yeah, so earlier when I let the bacon cook, and then I prepared the 3 dry things, 4 dry things, and also ingredients, and also I put cooking wine and soy sauce and sugar mixed together already. But you know, when I cook at home, I don't mix them. I just dump it. You know, like when you know like what you need to add, kind of. I don't really follow exactly the amount too. Most Chinese people don't measure the ingredients that like exactly that. So, but I did measure this, make sure it tastes good. So I tried it out. I measured everything before this presentation. So it should be the right amount.
I should note you can also sub the sugar in this recipe for maple syrup. Then it's in liquid form. It's a little bit easier to add. That's for a little more of the local Vermont flavor version of this dish. You know, if you want to take it one step further.
Yeah. So yeah, now it just we're just waiting for it to be done. Yeah, just give it for a few more minutes. So it's a very simple dish, and it's easy to prepare, and it does take the some time to cook the bacon and also the cabbage, but it's simple, just a few steps. And yeah, I think it's if you like the cabbage a little bit firm, not like it's totally soft, that's how you do it, how you like it. And then I think this is pretty much done, but I think I like the cabbage a little bit firm. It's a little bit crunchy when I eat it. Scott likes the cabbage like really soft. So it's you can eat it raw cabbage.
Yeah.
It's fine. So
She likes her bacon floppy. I like mine kind of crispy. So yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to show on the grade that come over? Just be careful since this is a challenge. So I'm gonna just bring the camera over. So this is how it look like now. So you can serve this now. You can eat this now. You can pretty much eat it now. Or if you want to cook a little bit longer.
A little longer, brown the cabbage up a little more.
Yeah, and then you can do that too.
All right, we have 2 questions from the audience right now. And if anybody else in the audience has any questions, now's a great opportunity to send them in so we can get them to our chefs before we wrap up for the evening. Our first question is if you can talk about the difference between the 2 soy sauces you had again, the aged soy sauce and the other one.
You want me to pick this?
Oh yeah, you can talk. Yeah, it's just a different. Yeah. Oh the.
So the first one that probably more folks are familiar with. We'll start with this one.
Okay.
First one that folks are more familiar with, like you've probably seen this brand before, Kikkoman, just the regular soy sauce. So this in Chinese cooking is considered seasoning soy sauce. So you would use it for like, for example, like dipping like dumplings into, like fried dumplings, something like that. You would use it as like a condiment. You also use it as an additive in cooking to like make stuff more salty. So this one this is one that we did add today, and that you're probably familiar with. You probably got a bottle at home. This type is the one that is a little less common. It's the aged soy sauce. So you can see here on the label that it says that it's dark soy sauce. So that's how it might be described on the label when you find it in most stores. It might kind of vary by name, but so yeah, it's not too different from the other soy sauce, but kind of the reason that this is used in Chinese cooking is to kind of give a more appetizing color to things like pork. Sometimes when you cook pork, it can come out kind of grayish and just, it doesn't always look super nice if you don't get that kind of nice fried browning on it. So this is used, to sort of change the overall color of like the sauce and things like that, and kind of make it a bit more appetizing looking. So yeah, we didn't use it this time around, but it's often called for in a lot of traditional Chinese dishes.
Yeah, a lot of traditional Chinese dish we have big, like especially all this like main dishes like with meat only. So if you cook like pork, the color is pink, like we want to tend it to like a little bit brown, brownish color, it looks better. So it's like kind of like red and brown. So that is where it's from. So it's very common in China, Chinese dish. Every kitchen in China, we have cooking wine and 2 types of soy sauce, pretty much at everyone's house.
Could you think of, is there like a Chinese dish that's popular here that would include the dark soy sauce, the aged soy sauce?
Aged soy sauce, like gongbao jiding.
Okay, so Kung Pao chicken would have the aged soy sauce in it.
And then if you use
for the
any
color.
Sichuan style food, they definitely use the aged soy sauce. And then like the Sichuan style dish, they cook the meat, the beef, they use this. Yeah, but when they cook veggies, they use the soy sauce, but not this aged soy sauce. Yeah, they do add some soy sauce.
They sometimes just use the seasoning and not the dark.
Yes, yeah. And also when you eat hot pot, you make the dipping sauce, and that's this not aged soy sauce, the dipping sauce. Or if you eat dumplings, you want to dip in soy sauce. That's just a regular soy sauce. You don't. Yeah. And
so I grew up in Vermont, and I know that not everyone in Vermont knows about hot pot. So I'll say a note on that in case anybody's not familiar with hot pot. Hot pot is a dish that is popular in China and some other areas in Asia. It's kind of like fondue. There's like a big central pot of boiling soup stock, usually seasoned to be pretty spicy. Sometimes they do it other ways. And then everybody sits around it and you all add raw veggies and meat and tofu products and noodles into this big vat of soup, and then eat out of it together until you're all stuffed. It's really awesome. So yeah, if you haven't tried hot pot, you should look into trying it somewhere as soon as you can. I think there's places in Amherst to do it, or any city with a Chinatown. So
I feel mine is not salty enough, so I just tried it out and then put a little bit more salt here. So mine is all done. I can serve it now.
And that might be because I think that bacon that we had was uncured, so yeah, probably yes. On the less salty side, yeah. But yeah, if you were to use a cured bacon, it would probably be enough salt.
Also, I think I use a less bacon.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, some of our viewers want to know more about you, why you're here tonight, why you've chosen this recipe, just a little more about you in general.
So I got this invite from my friend Tsai. She is I'm a board member on the Asian Culture Center of Vermont, and she has been doing this cooking class for a while, and then she asked me like if I'm interested, and I thought it's a good opportunity for me to spread the culture and like just show people like more like good side of China, and all people if you're interested in Chinese dish. That's why I'm here. Yeah. And then this is my husband.
I'm here being a supportive husband, and yeah, I mean we eat like this at home a lot, and people that come over seem to really like it. Things like this kind of fusion Chinese dishes. You know, yeah, we eat a pretty good mix of American and Chinese food and everything in between in our house. So yeah, it's fun to have an opportunity to share that with people, and you know, maybe find some other folks in the area that are into this type of cooking. So yeah.
And we really like cooking. I really enjoy cooking,
Yeah.
generally.
Yeah, yeah, we cook a lot here at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've lived in. Sorry.
What's your favorite dish to cook during Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year?
Oh, I cook we cooked like a big table. I wish I could show the pictures.
Yeah, we had a couple of pretty good sized feasts at our house and then at a friend's house. This past weekend.
Yeah, Chinese dish, like a New Year dish, you have to cook. I think dumplings, the one thing you have to have. That's just a lucky dish you have to have. And we cook. I followed this channel. I cooked like 10 dish. This weekend it was great. And
she follows this channel. It's this like Chinese YouTube like cooking show host. Her name is
Amanda Taste.
The channel's called Amanda Taste. Yeah,
Amanda Taste. You can find it on YouTube. She cooks really good food. I think they have subtitles in English too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the recipes are great. This year's New Year meal was awesome. We made Changting did most of the cooking, but we did the majority of her full New Year's feast.
Yeah.
And it was great. Yeah, we've in past years. It's been hard to, well, even this year, it's just, there's a lot on this and in these New Year's videos. It's like days of work.
So yeah, so during Chinese New Year, we fry a lot of things, and of course we cook chicken, pork. Like we want to make sure every meat you like the main meat you eat your chicken, beef, pork. And that's the main fish, and then that's the main dish we will definitely cook. And then also we cook something sometimes it's a little bit more complicated. You don't regularly cook like during the daily time is like too complicated, and sometimes we cook it during Chinese New Year. I don't know if you are familiar with the lotus root. Is very in a lot of Chinese dishes is really delicious. You can eat it raw, it's crunchy. But my dad used to chop it, to slice it, and then put meat fillings, like 2 pieces together, and then deep fry that. That is my family's like traditional meal. We always cook it. Yeah, we always cook that, and also plus the fish and dumpling. That's like 3 things we always cook, and then a lot of other meat.
I was lucky enough to join Changting's family for New Year in China one time many years ago, and it was awesome. And I tried that stuffed lotus root that she just described, and it was quite good.
Yeah, and recently I have been noticed I cooked this bacon and cabbage for a few Thanksgiving dinner. When we joined, the family, I cooked this when people found this, like I found people like it.
Yeah, fits in with Thanksgiving well. Yeah.
And also another thing I've been making recently, I found people really like, is very simple to make too, is the wonton
soup.
Wonton soup. That is very simple to make, and it's very easy when you make it. I usually freeze it, like put in my freezer. And when I make it like 2-pack, we can eat like for probably like 4 or 5 meals for like 2 people. And I think probably we have some. I can show people here what they look like. Yeah. So I actually made this, and I brought to the New Year celebration on Saturday, Sunday or Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, Sunday, the day before yesterday. So I made this. This is a lot. Like I have some left, so you just put it in the freezer, and then when you want to eat it, you just boil the water, and then put a few pieces of wonton, and then in your soup, and just boil it and cook it for a few minutes, and then it's ready to go. Sometimes I do put a little bit bok choy in it, since it looks pretty, and also it's healthy and tasty with a few green leaves in it. Yeah, so it's very simple and it's pretty easy to make too.
And Changting made a lamb leg soup for New Year this year that was really good. And she just like cooked this lamb leg for a really long time until the meat was just like falling off, and then it had a bunch of like chunks of daikon radish and carrot and goji berries and
Goji berries at the end.
yeah,
So you
it's
put it
these
all
like
in,
these
so-
kind of chewy sweet potato noodles. Yeah, it was great. Really
Yeah, that
good.
was good. That is very simple too, but that just takes time. You just let it cook.
Mhm.
And then we got that lamb leg from Co-op.
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah, it's great. And then just cook it for a few hours. I think this is all done now. Mine is all done. And let me show you how it look like when it's done. So it's enough for 2 people. So is that clear to you from your end?
Absolutely. Looks delicious.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's about everything about this dish. So do you guys have any additional questions?
We have no more questions from the audience. Thank you both so much for joining us tonight and putting on this wonderful cooking demo for us. We really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Thanks for joining
Yeah,
us.
thank you for joining us. Yeah, bye-bye.
Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night.